Guys, I should be live and hi and welcome to this live trailer reaction and coverage breakdown of the brand new Cyberpunk 2077 trailer about the Lifepaths that will allow us to start the game in a totally different way. So they have spoken about this in the previous event, of Night City Wire. This is episode 2 that happened just, I think, 2 hours ago as of, the live stream of this video. This time I couldn't cover the live event, so now I'm just covering this trailer, which I think it's like the vocal point, you can say, of the event anyway, so it's the most important thing. And yeah, I can't wait to see it with you guys and discuss what we are offered here and whether or not this is interesting, not interesting. We're going to discuss it live, guys, with you. So first, hi to dear Clayton and Milkshake. Oh, and to MK Dono, hi to you as well. Okay guys, I'm very happy that you're gathering as fast as you are. So we are ready then to start this trailer because I really don't want to keep the people that are going to watch this recorded too much. So we are going to watch it first. I'm gonna react to it and then we're going to break it down. So yeah, let's see what we have to see. Oh boy, I have to lower the volume, my apologies. Oh, here is the live bat.
Well, who do we have here?
Grew up in Haywood. Whole street was my family. Neighbors helped each other out. Thought nothing of it.
I'm pleased to see you have not forgotten your roots.
Born here,
AJ.
live here, die here.
Childhood memories. Hopping buildings. Running away from badges. Iron tasted blood from a split lip.
Motherfucker!
Got everybody fighting for a
Oh,
slice
Need
of the
for
street.
Speed style.
Get the fuck out
Right?
of Vista!
If you keep getting jumped, you find some stronger choosers.
Do you want to spend the rest of your days blasting scabs? Or become a legend overnight?
We have arrived. The Major.
Ready to get your cherry bobbed? Yeah, come on!
Okay, that was the city.
My childhood? Let's see. Racing my
Nomad.
bobber for the first time through the hills. Oh, and first kiss in the middle of a synth cornfield.
This is Mad Max.
We nomads choose who to make our family. A choice forges strong bonds and a higher duty that stands solid as an old oak.
Fixing the exposure.
My family's in pieces. That's why I'm headed for Night City.
Makes you an outcast among outcasts.
Yeah, he's
Miss
still
this.
going to the city
No.
anyway.
Camaraderie.
I know. I saw it in your
Mad
heart
Max,
the first time
yeah.
we met. Know what I always liked about nomads? Your taste, no, hunger for freedom. Not easy to come by in Night City. Corp's got their grubby claws and everything.
Oh. Oh?
I have those reports you asked for.
They were supposed to be ready yesterday.
The world's going to tear us apart when the word gets around.
The world's never going to find out.
If I go down, you're going down with me. No!
This is
I'm not fucking joking.
Corpo corporate.
This isn't a request, V.
Interesting.
But no way you're fucked, right? You're the one who fixes other people's shit.
If you work in Arasaka counter intel, you're always fucked.
Today, they got you to zero somebody. Tomorrow, they'll get somebody else to zero you.
What's the rules, Jack? Want to be top? Gotta have some skin in the game.
Yeah, but you're not on top. Saburo Arasaka is.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're the pendejo who keeps him there. Work for yourself, live for yourself. That's the only way.
Okay. November 19th. So pretty much when Assassin's Creed's gonna come out, and you know this game's supposed to come out a bit earlier than that, but we all know what happened. So yeah, let's break it down, guys. Hi, dear Ivy, and dear Clayton. Hi to you guys as well. Yeah, let's break it down. So, first impressions of the three things. I'm a bit torn. I mean, where do I want to begin? If I get to play the game, that is, of course. So, the city is like the default, or at least that's how I feel it, because this is what we've been shown from the beginning. So I just assimilate this as the default, but it's not actually, because it's not. We do have two other choices. So I'm just wondering, you know, what to pick. The Nomad is attracting me a lot, but let's see here. So if we start with this, we're going to be like the most regular person ever, I think. Or at least that's how it looks like. That's just from the big city, and it's in the middle of a lot of gangs and just overall stuff happening, and we are going to have to deal with the lowest of the low probably and work our way up, which is the case with the other life paths, but it's just you're starting from a different point in the whole world, you can say. So that is the difference, and the people that you're gonna meet are a bit different for sure. I don't know how much of a difference this is going to make in the grand scheme of things, you know, the progression of the whole game and how you're going to experience the game as a whole. Is this going to change, you know, overall experience? That is interesting, because as far as I understand from the previous information that we got, is that we're going to start with these life paths, but after that, you know, we are going to somehow get into the same flow of things. I do think that that's kind of inevitable, but there are going to be some missions that are strictly, of course, you know, to the particular path that you've chosen. But after that, we're still gonna get into the city, and we're still going to, you know, all the missions. But still gonna, I mean, everybody are going to have somewhat of a different experience. That's what I know so far. Now, I wouldn't want to miss any of these races, by the way. Need for Speed style? Imagine if this game actually does it better than Need for Speed. I would not be surprised at all. Yeah, this seems very stressful. I mean, the life. This first path just looks very stressful to me. I think that this guy, which, well, who is our best friend, has to refresh my memory, but I think so. He's like with us the whole time. Something to think about. Well, yeah, freedom of options. 3 options are pretty good, I think, considering the huge, I mean, the hugeness of the game. I just wanted to emphasize that this robot lady is ah. Ah. Like, what is that? Oh, Jesus. It's creepy. Okay. And I just can't see the appeal of these things. I mean, if, of course, people of this age will think differently, but from my perspective right now, I'm gonna be like, wow, what a technical marvel. Please stay away from me. Something like that. But that's probably a human with a lot of metal on her face. I don't know. Maybe it's really a robot. I don't know. I'm kind of, you know, how is the word for that? Attracted to this? Maybe because it's desert. I just love deserts and such settings to play
First time through the hills.
in.
Oh, and first kiss in the middle of a synth.
Kind of feels like it's gonna be a bit more peaceful. Well, nothing is gonna be peaceful here, but if you just want that Mad Max Fury Road taste, that's
Nomad's
definitely
choose
gonna
to make our
scratch that itch to a
A
point.
choice forges strong bonds and a higher duty.
The other thing is how much time you're going to spend in each of these, in each of these paths before you actually enter the
Stand
main,
solid as an old
the
oak.
main game.
My family's in pieces. That's why I'm headed for Night City.
Ah, you're also gravitating towards Nomad. I have no idea why, but I always been attracted to the desert stuff. I wouldn't want to live in a desert, but just the vast like sand for miles for some reason is really
Makes you an
appealing to me.
outcast among outcasts.
I mean, to just go there and drive
This-
cars there and do stuff. I don't know why.
I know. I saw
I gotta think about that. Why is this appealing? I have no idea.
You know what I always liked about Nomad?
Oh, this guy looks so cool. I just love how this guy looks. With that mohawk, and he's such a badass, and he is with awesome jawline. He just looks so awesome.
You know what I always liked about
I'm not sure about the shooting. I mean, how the shooting feels.
first time.
I never played a game. Well, they actually never did such a game. They did The Witcher, CD Projekt Red, and they're doing this, but they never actually done a game with shooting, I don't think. So I'm not sure how this feels. When they show it right now, it doesn't feel like there's particular impact that I'm looking for. Well, at least my taste of it. For instance, in The Last of Us 2, when I shoot something, it felt like, how to say it? I mean, the mere impact of the bullet, when you see how you're actually shooting someone, you don't feel that much because when you pull the trigger, the gun makes this very metallic, very hollow sound. So the impact, it's a bit lost. I don't know how that is realistic or not. I still have not went to one of these places where you can shoot, stuff. I would, but it was closed at the time. That was last year. Yeah, otherwise I wanted to try that. So I don't know how realistic or not realistic it is, but in the first The Last of Us, I think it felt a bit more impactful. And in Uncharted as well felt a bit more impactful. So in some first person, Jesus Christ, it's very late, I'm sorry. In some first person games, the shooting is very, very good. How it feels like, for instance, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I think 1, and Battlefield 5 as well. It just feels great. But some other games, like the previous Call of Duty, I think it was the previous. Yeah, I think so. Well, 3 Call of Duties ago, it was not very good. It just didn't feel right. I felt like I'm shooting blanks, if you know what I mean. So I hope that this is not the case, but you can't feel it until you play it. It's just how it looks like for now, but of course I could be totally wrong. I just hope that's not the case because it's very freaking important, and I will never forget when I played Call of Juarez, the last one. That's a cowboy game if you don't know. But I never will forget how that felt because that felt awesome. I don't know how it's gonna feel today if I play today. Maybe I'm gonna have different opinion. I don't know, but it felt great. Especially the revolver. That's why when I saw the revolver, I was like, wow, I hope that feels awesome because... Okay, let me see.
Corp's got their grubby claws and everything.
That felt good. I mean, that felt good. As far as I can tell from here. That felt very good, so... Yeah, well, I'm hopeful now. Silence in the desert. Oh, well, Ivy, you would know, I think. Yeah, the freedom feeling, you're right. Well, this is an open world, so we're gonna get to the desert again if you like. I mean, you can return there. And since, I mean, if you are starting from there, probably you're going to be able to have some missions there more often than not compared to the other regions in which you're starting from. Yeah, gunslinger. Yeah, exactly that Call of Juarez, yeah.
I have those reports you asked for.
They were supposed to be ready yesterday.
Oh, that is such a hurt, you know, because since I worked a corporate job, that is so typical to, to hear something like this. Something was supposed to be ready yesterday, or didn't you do that? That is like so easy, but in the same way, it's totally not easy. It requires ton of research and time and effort and so many calls. Just saying, it's horrible. I hate corporate stuff.
The world's going to tear us apart when the word gets around.
I mean, they really are losing track of how to be really efficient and how to not put stress on people
The
sometimes.
world's never going to find out.
If I go down, you're going down with me.
I mean, probably if you start, corporate, you're going to have maybe more resources, more money,
No, I'm not fucking joking.
This isn't a request, V.
but you're going to be super oppressed by your bosses. So this
way
is
you
the
think,
less
right?
appealing.
You're the one who fixes other people's shit.
Yeah, you're
Working
gonna be
out.
throwing up from stress.
Without counter intel, you're always fucked.
Today, they got you to zero somebody.
I mean, when you're in the corporate world, you may have more money, you may look better in terms of how you dress, but you're gonna be feeling like a prisoner in a silver cage or something like this. So the difference between that and, let's say, being in the other parts of the city, or I mean, if we're talking about the game, if you're in a Nomad or a street kid, the difference is going to be that here you're gonna feel more restricted than ever. So basically just the outside prestige, but in reality you're going to be the most oppressed. So maybe you're going to have more money,
Tomorrow, they'll get somebody else to zero you.
but the stress is going to be...
It's the rules, Jack. Want to be top? Gotta have some skin in the game.
Yeah, but you're not on top. Saburo Arasaka is. And you're the pendejo who keeps him there. Work for yourself?
Yeah, that's very correct. You're the pendejo that keeps him there. Absolutely right. It's the little people that are actually moving over the pieces, and the boss is just, telling others what to do, but in the same time, actually, the more regular people are doing all the work and keeping everything afloat and getting the least recognition.
Live for yourself. That's the only way.
Yeah, done yesterday. Done yesterday, absolutely. I'm probably not going to pick corporate, but I really want to know what exactly is the benefit.
That's the only way.
But as they said, it's the only way to just push everything yourself, and if you can work for yourself, it's gonna be the best option. Sounds like the hardest, but at least you have the freedom, So yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. It looks very interesting, guys. Now, on a lot of aspects, it does look very, very dated. Now, don't get me wrong here. This is open world game. They have certain amount of things. I mean, in terms of characters, animations, how they move, how they look, how much their clothes look attached to their bodies or not. Like, for instance, when you look at Ghost of Tsushima, I comment when I played it that this is one of the games that I'm most impressed by how the clothes actually look, that they're not, glued to the body of the characters. That's something that's pretty amazing to achieve if they can achieve it. Every part of the silk and other parts of the armor was moving in such a fluent way that you actually forget that the character is one with his clothing, because it doesn't look like it. It looks a bit more towards the realistic, how clothes are in real world, and a lot less than what was before. And this is also an open world game, but it doesn't have so many people in it, so, and it's a different engine. But when I look at characters in the game, when you look at something that's made by Ubisoft, like Assassin's Creed, you can tell like right away, oh my gosh, this was an engine from 10 years ago, because it is.
Childhood memories.
Here it looks better. It looks better. It's not like a Ubisoft game. It's not that bad. And don't get me wrong, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Origins, especially Odyssey, looks amazing overall. But there's so many little things that you can say right away, oh yeah, this is so dated right now.
Motherfucker.
This does look a lot better, and this is totally different engine, of course. I'm not sure how this engine is called, if it's the same as The Witcher. The Witcher engine is absolutely awesome, and the game looks great today.
Get the fuck out of Vista.
If you keep getting jumped, you find some stronger tubers.
It does look like a combination between old and new gen. They did try it, and this game is, it's worked on a lot of years now, so can't just like look next gen immediately.
Blasting scabs.
It's good. It's good enough. It's good enough.
Overnight.
We have arrived. The Major.
Ready?
Maybe Ivy, I don't know. Brand new V8 engine. Are you sure?
You get your cherry box?
Gotta check.
Yeah.
Doesn't look brand new at all. Well, actually, that's not objective, because they can make it look how they want to, in a way. I mean, they can make it look as as it has to run on the older and the newer systems, so basically it's not to its fullest potential, so there's that too. Or it's just made for open world, which it's gonna also explain how it looks.
Racing my bobber for the first time through the hills.
In any case, guys, this is a huge undertaking by the studio, something that they have never done before, and knowing how they know what the heck they're doing, and how The Witcher was, given that they have more budget, which they now have because the studio is extremely successful because of The Witcher 3. So, I mean that they have the talent, they have the manpower, they have the talent, now they have the money too. So this should be a quality game through and through. The only thing that I'm really concerned about is that system division. What vision? That it wasn't vision. It was something very easy to say, but now I totally forgot about it. But I commented on the previous trailer that this is the only thing that looks boring to me. How you investigate stuff and you enter different moments that happened, and through the cameras you can see who went where, what happened. And there was a female companion, a friend, I don't know who she is, that is just, guiding you through all of this. And it looks like it's super advanced Batman detective mode. But it's also like a mini game, so it did look like it's a very like a major part of the game. They did say that it's gonna be there a lot, so that is the only element that worries me, because I do not enjoy such such distractions from the main game. I just love to be the character, to actively play in the world as the character. I don't like to get into these other types of mini games. Like, for instance, also in the Watch Dogs 2, where I have to go and hack things, and like spend five, I mean, compared to, not compared to, but depending on how long is the puzzle that I have to solve. Or in the Spider-Man game, the Sony Spider-Man game, when you have to um, create something for Dr. Octopus, like fix a circuit or something, and you spend so much time twisting and turning stuff so you can get the right combination, and then everything is awesome and it's working. And that has some kind of a sense of fulfillment to it, but to me, it's really taking me out of the game in an extremely tedious and boring way. I mean, first time it's fine, second time it's fine, the third time I just like pulling my hair out, metaphorically, of course. And I just want to get into the world and be freaking Spider-Man. Just let's do that, let's kick ass. Or like in Watch Dogs, just let me go. I wanna walk and shoot people and drive my drone. Even the drone sometimes is annoying to deal with, because I just want to be the human that does things. I don't wanna like switch control to a device and go places. Even that's kind of annoying. So let alone to have my viewpoint going to a camera to another camera and just checking what happened and rewinding the event. That's also very similar to uh, the game that I'm still playing. Detroit Become Human. But because there you're actually finding out interesting stuff. I mean, how to say this? It's a bit different because the whole game is like that. The whole game is push a button, and that leads to an event, or you have to compute. When you're Android, because you are an Android, you have to compute a particular circumstance, how to go about a different obstacle, let's say. So yeah, in that kind of a way, or when you're trying to find out what happened in certain event, when you're playing with the police android, that's kind of interesting. And when you get the hang of it, it's not that slow. It's actually pretty fast how you can get through this, mini game, you can call it. But here, it looks so long. So yeah, I just pray that that's not gonna be like a major part of the game. I just want to avoid that as much as humanly possible. It is one thing to just I'm sorry, that's my mic. To talk to NPCs, to choose different paths according to the dialogue. It's totally other thing to get into these sections and just spend so much time, because they did spend so much time in the demo, in the presentation. And they did say that that's gonna be a major part, and I'm like, no, I want to be active in the game. Don't put me into these, and like, don't make me go through these things. Just very, very distracting. But this Helios, hi to you. I'm just reading your comments real fast. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, a tough one, not a tough one. I just like to avoid it. Yeah, that's why I like, first-person games and third-person games in general, because you get to be the character and do stuff. And I don't like, for instance, all of those games that are like asymmetric, yeah, like Diablo, for instance, because I'm not in the game. I'm looking like chess pieces on top of the game. I prefer to be in the game, and that's why I don't play strategy games, because once again, I'm like looking at from above, and I'm telling little figures to do stuff, and just not fun for me. I'm just losing the connection, the immersion. Just prefer to be immersed. Sorry, it is almost midnight. Immersed. And that is why actually I also would love to have this option, like in Skyrim, to switch to third person. So if I want to play Cyberpunk, and if I can switch to third person, that for me is gonna make the game like 5 points better. yeah, because I'm gonna be able to see the character like they did. I mean, in GTA 5 they did the opposite. It was only third person. They make it so you can switch to first person, which for some people is absolutely amazing. So the opposite is true here. You know, if I can switch from first to third person, that for me is going to be like, wow, I love to see my character. I just, yeah, but there's not gonna be such an option. So that's the first bummer. When I heard about Cyberpunk, I was like, okay, this game is open world and it's first person. Oh Jesus, I want to see my character. But what to do? It's first person. So yeah. Well, you are. Yeah, I'm just saying, guys, that now I'm watching some. There's one very funny guy on YouTube. I forgot how his name was. Damn it, I really forgot. Well, he's a very funny guy that rings a bell, and yeah, it's very funny. He's like dun 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 dun. Let's read the words, the words of the developer. So yeah, he's very funny, and he hates third person. But I'm the opposite. I'm like, give me third person, give me third person. So the only thing that I want is just to have the option, because I know that a lot of people prefer to be, you know, to play from first person perspective, and that way they feel more immersed. But for me, it's the opposite. So if you can switch, if it's not like a big of a deal, since we can see that they can make it and add it, yeah, English. If it's around midnight, I cannot speak anymore. In Bulgarian as well, so it's not only the only I mean, for English, I'm not speaking any languages in this time. So for GTA 5, they were able to add it after. So why not add it to, I mean, the third person to this game? Maybe it's a bit difficult because they don't have the character made. So if they made the game already developed it in first person, then to make it third person, that's gonna be maybe a totally different story. Yeah, yeah, that could be actually a good point. That they just made against my desire to have a third person view. Never mind that. Yeah, Mac. His name is Mac, but I forget how the channel was called. He always does these very funny reviews. He's from the UK. So that's it, guys. My thoughts, breakdown, everything that I could possibly say, and what was on my mind about Cyberpunk. Are you excited about the game? And you can leave in the comments, you know, which of the three you would like to start with. So we are going to have something like a poll, you can say. Yeah, poll. I can make a poll of that in the community tab. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, have to go to bed, and you can check out my other videos I made. Warhammer. I'm getting so much into Warhammer these days. Tomorrow, I really hope so. I really hope that me and Kirill are going to get together and do a review of the new Deathstroke DC movie. So yeah, expect that. I am excited. Maybe it's gonna be a live stream again during the day, and you have to probably see it after work recorded, but at least yeah, that is coming. That is coming, guys. So have a great new week. Kisses and hugs. Until next time with me, Kirichi Reviews. Check the links down below if you'd like to support me. OnlyFans, fitness site for coaching, and Patreon and Streamlabs. Yeah. Bye bye, guys. Sleep well. Kisses. Love ya, my Girities.